Today we're going to show you how to make a homopolar motor. You're going to need some copper wire, a battery, some magnets and a pair of pliers. The first step is to take your battery and your copper wire. You'll need to cut off a good length of the copper wire. We're using about 30 centimeters. Use the wire cutter piece of your pliers to trim the wire off. This might be a bit tricky, so it's best to get an adult to help you. Once that's done, fold your wire in half and use the pliers to bend the end tightly together. Then bend them back the same way again. Bend both pieces into a right angle. The easiest way to do this, and to make sure that it's equal, is to fold the pieces in half. This will help you check that you're bending them in the right place. You'll need to bend another right angle into the wire, just above the bottom of your battery. You'll need to make sure that the bottom line of your wire goes below the edge of your battery. Make sure that these pieces of wire overlap, and then bend a small circle into the end of each one. This will help it wrap around the edge of the battery. Then place some blue tack onto your counter, stack the magnets up, and add the battery. Carefully place your wire over the top of the battery, with the centerpiece lined up with the middle of your battery, and let go. You'll see that the wire rapidly starts to spin round. This is a really cool experiment to do. It works on a few different principles. What's happening here is that the battery is passing electricity through the copper wire. The copper wire is also in contact with the magnets. This creates an electromagnetic field. An electromagnetic field tends to move in one direction, so the wire travels in that direction. It's important that the wire is balanced, otherwise it will simply fall off to one side because it's too heavy. You can try a few different designs, such as this spiral design. You can see it's much harder to get it to stay in place. You could also try this apple-shaped design. I found that with this one, it starts to move very fast, very quickly, but it does fall out of place. And there you have it. That's how you can create a homopolar motor. The siphon water pump experiment. This is a tricky one. You're going to need some blue tack, 3 straws, a clear bottle, a glass of coloured water, a jug, some strong tape, a pair of scissors and a tall glass. The first step is to take 2 of your straws and fit them together. This is a bit fiddly, but you can do it. This should make one long straw. Once that's done, take a piece of tape and stick it around the seal to make sure it's nice and tight. You've now got one long straw. Next, take your clear bottle, remove the cap, take your scissors and very carefully make 2 holes into the cap of your bottle. You are using a sharp pair of scissors, so it's best if you ask an adult to help you with this part of the experiment. You'll need to be very careful. The holes need to be just big enough for the straws to fit through. Once you've made the holes, push your third straw into the cap. Then push your 2 joined straws into the cap, but make sure that it doesn't go down as far as your third straw. Use some blue tack to stick them into place. This will also help make an excellent watertight seal. You can use some super glue to do this if you like, but blue tack works just as well. Put some onto the top of the cap as well. And once you've done that, place the cap back onto the bottle. You'll see that we've added some water to the bottle. It's just enough so that when you turn the bottle upside down, it goes over your long straw but not your short straw. Turn the bottle upside down with your finger over the top of your long straw and lower it carefully into your coloured water. You'll see that the blue water starts to travel upwards into your cup and then downwards into the jug. We know that it's definitely the water from the glass because we can see the waterline going down, and of course because we coloured it beforehand. This helps us keep track of which set of water is travelling. This is what we call a siphon. It's a device that was created to help move water from one location to another easily. It uses simple principles of gravity and air pressure to help the water travel. And there you have it. That's how to do the siphon water pump experiment. How to make magic mud from tonic water. All you're going to need is a spoon, some corn flour, a bottle of tonic water and a bowl. Pour some tonic water into the bowl. About 500 millilitres will do. Then add a few tablespoons of corn flour. You'll need to add enough so that it forms a thick paste. You'll notice it's very hard to mix together, but stay with it and you will manage it. It starts to form quite a gluey consistency. You'll notice that the mixture starts to behave quite strangely. You can pick it up like a solid object. If you apply pressure to it, it behaves like it's solid, but as soon as you remove the pressure, it behaves like a liquid. If you place it in the palm of your hand, you'll see that it runs straight through your fingers. This strange fluid is something we call a non-Newtonian fluid, which means it doesn't follow the normal rules of how a liquid should behave. You'll also notice that it can get quite messy. You can do this just with normal water, but there's an added benefit to using tonic water. Tonic water contains a substance called quinine, which glows in the dark. So if you apply an ultraviolet light, you'll see that your magic mud glows in the dark. This is a great experiment to do with friends. You can see who can make the best magic mud. You could try adding some food colour into the mixture to see if it glows a slightly different colour in the dark. And there you have it. That's how you can make magic mud from tonic water. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the experiment. Don't forget that you can check out our channel for more exciting science videos, and you can leave us any comments about what you thought of the experiment or for anything you might like to see. See you soon!